Welcome to Mortgage Talk Live, and this is a special edition today inside Mortflix streaming services. Welcome to all the viewers, and if you're watching this on the recorded or after the show, welcome to everybody. My name is Marvin Colom for Mortflix streaming services, and today we have a few special announcements. Please stand by, and we're gonna intro the show in now. Go ahead and intro the show. And we are live here in Mortflix on our show, our weekly mortgage show, Mortgage Talk Live. And today we have a few special guests, people that the community for the mortgage lending industry in the United States know, or they're getting to know, like me and Mortflix. So that's why we're doing this special announcement. And little by little, I know we're behind because of COVID and whatnot. So little by little, we're building the content through the streaming service to Mortflix. And today I have a few guests, and we're gonna present them right now. First, ladies first, I have Laura Brandao, president of AFR. It's American Finance Resources, right? If you're not mistaken, Laura?
American Financial Resources.
Excellent. Excellent. And Lara, go ahead and introduce yourself and give us a little feedback to the community of Mortflix. This is our first show. Where are you the first time here? And I have a special announcement a little bit later on the show in regards to you. Give me just a little brief, and then I'm going to introduce our next guest. And who are you, Laura?
Well, thank you very much for having me on, Marvin. I am honored to be here today. To introduce myself, I'm Laura Brandao. I have been in the mortgage business for over 20 years. My current role in 2007, I was brought in during the subprime crash to build a brand new wholesale company. That was AFR. 13 years later, I am now the president and the only woman partner of American Financial Resources, which is a top 20 wholesale national lender. So I'm very passionate about our industry. I've pretty much seen every cycle you can possibly imagine over the time. And right now, my biggest mission within our industry is building up everyone that's here, looking behind me to the people that are coming into our industry and making a true difference and leaving my industry better than when I arrived.
Excellent. Excellent, Laura. Thank you so much for your introduction. And yeah, I know you're a legendary figure in the mortgage industry in the U.S. I met you last year. So we're gonna talk a lot about different projects and your contribution to Mortflix pretty soon. My next guest, and this person is another figure in the mortgage industry. I mean, he knows everybody. Every time that I talk to him, he's introducing me to somebody new in the mortgage industry, nationally, I had to say, and it's Mitch Peek from Build Your Empire. And we have also another announcement too in the show. How you doing, Mitch?
Good. I appreciate you having me on.
Thank you so much, Mitch. Go ahead and give me a little, like Laura, give me a little background, a little feedback to my Mortflix viewers. Remember, we don't, Mortflix, they go above, the viewership goes for regular, normal people in the different apps. So what is it specifically that you do or that you are trying to do in the mortgage industry or the lending industry in United States? Because it's national.
Like I said, I'm with Build Your Empire. It's
You,
a
you have
company
one of
that's
the
already.
fastest. You have one of the fastest group, if not the fastest group in the industry on the mortgage industry right now. Go ahead and tell me about Build Your Empire.
Yeah, definitely. So, Build Your Empire. I started it as a way for people in the mortgage industry and the real estate industry to kind of come together, answer questions, help each other. In my time doing that, I've met a lot of awesome leaders in this industry. And like you said, I know a lot of folks, but that's because they've been so generous with their time and helping others. I met Laura the same way, reached out to her, and she was always willing to help grow the group, help us reach more people, and help us provide more education to the folks. Build Your Empire is also puts on a lot of virtual mastermind events. We started this before COVID, and it's been a great success to get leaders of this industry in front of an audience, and to give the audience a chance to learn from the best in the business. And we're continuing that effort here, through the coronavirus, and it's been very successful for us.
Excellent. Yeah, and you have grown, and I see, because we're broadcasting live on your group right now, Build Your Empire. Say hi to everybody inside Build Your Empire, the group, and the group is growing. And I see all the requests that you get pretty much on maybe an hourly basis, or every couple hours you get a request for somebody to get in. I don't touch them. I just allow you go ahead and take care of that. But I see that your group is growing, and that you have a lot of content that you had done, like you said, prior to COVID and during COVID. A lot of very important people in the mortgage industry, and Mortflix is a proud sponsor of ladies in the mortgage industry part two. We were a sponsor on the first one, and now the second one. Go ahead and control room, please punch the graphic so that way the viewers can see the group, the event that is coming up, so Mitch can talk about it. Um, the other one. There you go. Ladies, leading ladies on mortgage too. Mitch, can you talk about a little bit about this great event coming up in November that we are a proud sponsor, and also my other friends, Finn Locker with Brian, friend. I see you have Paradise with my friend Michelle. So couple of people that I know. Um, Go ahead and talk about a little bit about leading ladies of mortgage part two.
Yeah, so this idea came to me, was speaking with Laura, and I brought it up to her, and she thought, it was a great idea. And, she's a very good advocate for the ladies in the mortgage industry, and helping them, achieve, anything they can. So she's supported us, and, we did the first one. It was a big success. We had a lot of great content that came out of that. And, we decided that, there's a lot of people out there that want to hear these ladies speak. And so we decided to have a part two. So
Excellent.
Laura's will
Go
be
ahead.
heading up our roundtable, discussion with all the ladies in the beginning. And then after that, we'll have each one of them come on, tell a little bit about themselves, and what's made them successful in the industry.
Okay, excellent. Lara, can you talk about the first one, and what are you looking forward for the second one? Because you were part of the first one as well. So what is it that and you and me, we talk about this in November when I was in Philadelphia for the Amy sponsor event, and we spoke about a little bit afterward about the ladies in the industry, what and you wanted to tackle that, and obviously you're here now with leading ladies. What are you looking forward for the part two, and how do you like the part one?
Absolutely. So, yes, and thank you for reminding me, Marvin. That was wonderful that we met back in November, had that initial discussion. So,
Yeah,
Mitch, you know,
I had, and just to tell you, I have Mortflix on a napkin. The idea was on a napkin, and that's when I was developing little by little, and I start building it and building it. I'm behind, obviously, like everybody else with COVID. Plus, I had a death in the family over the summer, so I'm like 5, 6, 7 months behind. But little by little, you got to start somewhere. But go ahead, Laura. I'm sorry. Yeah, we met in
Absolutely,
November.
absolutely. So we met in November, and I think at that time I was initially telling you about the start of the Women's Mortgage Network, which the Women's Mortgage Network is an organization partnered with AIM, where we actually support and build up women on the broker channel and in the wholesale channel.
Mhm.
Well, with that, as I became deeper and deeper and more involved with these women, I started realizing that there's so many strong, wonderful women within our industry, but sometimes they lack the confidence to put themselves out there in front of everyone. It's not that they don't know what to say, and it's not that they aren't crushing it out in the world.
Mhm.
It's just that they get a little self-conscious about things. So when Mitch got the idea of actually having a all women platform, I knew that we had to structure this a little bit different than you would a normal situation. So what we did instead is we gathered these strong women and we structured each of their topics to where they felt in control and an expert. And then we added this roundtable component. And the purpose of the roundtable is it allows me to bring out from the women a shining light onto their expertise and getting them very confident before they go out on their own to present to everyone. So by doing this, they're like pumped up and they're ready to tackle this and go out in front of everyone. And then at the end of the first Leading Ladies event, we actually did a wrap up. That was phenomenal. It actually brought all the women back at the end of the day as we complimented and we reviewed their takeaways and we looked for ways to continue to provide value to the audience. So what do I look for as we're looking for the different leading ladies? We're looking for different expertise because every single woman has this particular thing that they want to share that is different and unique from the others. And they are so confident in providing this, and it really provides such value to the marketplace. So version 2 will be completely different topics coming from a different perspective, and each one of them is going to share ways that you need to put your business in check and get yourself in check as you prepare for 2021.
Excellent, excellent. That's a great event, great platform. And let me ask you this real quick, Lara. And I know the events were held virtually. Do you think that you would have, let's say, at a physical event, at a hotel or a conference center, you think you probably have more people coming in, or about the same, or do you think the virtual works? What is your feeling, related to whatever, to what's going on right now with COVID and the pandemic and whatnot? What do you think, and what do you look forward for maybe next year when everything settles a little bit and people start going to physical events? Because pretty much all the events this year were virtually.
Absolutely, and very good question. And listen, I've attended virtual events all year. I've presented, I've spoken at different virtual events. There's pluses and minuses to everything, right? So the pluses make it, well, everyone can log in virtually. You don't have to worry about fitting it into your calendar. You don't have to jump on a plane. You don't have to get babysitters. Everyone can attend. And that is very valuable. And I think we should all continue to do virtual events, regardless of what happens with any type of restriction. But on the flip side of that, if you asked me, Laura, do you think that an in-person event will be more effective for a long term? Of course, because the difference is that gathering together, you can enjoy it as a group. See, when you're virtual, it's how you're interpreting it and what you do with that information. But when you're together and you're actually like speaking about what you just heard, and you're actually following up and you're doing takeaways and then you're networking about it, you're probably going to have a longer results from that particular event. So I guess my answer would be I don't think you should ever stop doing virtual events, but I think it should be a combination of both.
A mix. Gotcha. Okay, Mitch, what is your opinion about that too? What do you think about virtually versus going to a physical event like Laura said, and getting to the airplane, taking the rental car, the Uber? What do you think? What would be your opinion about that? And as we say goodbye to 2020 and into 2021, do you think the virtual is here to stay? Physically, physical events are coming up again, or are gonna pop out again, or virtually is the way to go.
Well, I'm gonna, tell you this. When I started doing these virtual events, the very first one, the reason I did it was because I seen, you know, the the impact that events had for people. But I also know that, someone new to the business, they can't afford to take, a trip and take half a week off. They can't afford to, go to Vegas and get a hotel and get an Uber and get, so there's expenses there that are, maybe not reachable and obtainable for some folks. So that's why we decided to do the virtual events. And I think, well, the virtual events will continue because it's a great opportunity for people to learn and not have to have those out of pocket expenses. But like Laura said, there's no replacement for a live event because you get to bump shoulders with, people in the industry. You get to talk with people in the industry. You get to learn. You get to, communicate, build relationships. I mean, a lot of good things I'm sure have come out of
Yeah.
relationships built, by, meeting people at a real event and having drinks. I'm sure there's been
Yeah.
companies created
Yeah,
and great
the
things have
the whiskey sours, the whiskeys and the beer. Yeah, yeah, you're right. I mean, there's nothing like being talking face to face to somebody. It's like the mortgage business, or at least for when I was doing mortgages, that client wants to see you face to face, and it's same thing. Obviously now with Mortflix, that I would like to market it and to offer it to everybody, and would like to meet people face to face. But like you said, saving money with no traveling. But the aspect of being with somebody face to face is just the best. And what came out, Mitch? How did you came up with the idea of doing the live? Because you had done quite a few. You had done like five or six. How did you came up with that idea? And I'm gonna after I'm gonna talk to you about the announcement that we have with Build Your Empire. But how do you came up with that idea of doing this live virtual event where you get a very heavy industry people for the lending industry? Do you do real estate as well, or just mortgage related for now?
Yeah, so in the beginning, how it started was with the group Build Your Empire. So I had spoken to mortgage lenders. I spoken to real estate agents, all that wanted to contribute to the group and share what made them successful. And so we did a lot of that just one on one. And then I started thinking, well, why can't we get a day put together? Have 6 or 8 of these people come in and talk and provide value to the group at a small cost. So we started doing it at a small fee, and it was rough, just like with anyone else when you're starting something new.
Yeah.
We literally did it just live in the group. I mean, with Facebook Live. So, speaker one went live, then they ended their live. Speaker two came live, and so that was rough. It was educational, but it was tough, and it was hard for us to kind of get things off the ground. So each event we've learned, we've added co-hosts, we've added different things, different structures. Now the events are at no charge. With the leading ladies, there's no cost to attend. So register, get your tickets. There is a VIP experience available, but that's if you want to spend some time one on one with one of the coaches afterwards. Get yourself a Build Your Empire T-shirt.
Uh-huh.
Different
I
things
got, I
like that.
got,
You give.
I think I got one. I'm not sure if it's coming up, but hopefully I get it pretty soon. We'll see. And control room, please punch the leading ladies so that way we can talk about who do you having in the new show, or the new build virtual mastermind. Can you talk about a little bit about all these ladies, if you can, if you see them in the? We know Laura. We have Laura here, but what about the other ladies?
here once again for the roundtable, but we've also talked Laura into speaking as well. So she's gonna, have 25 minutes to speak, and she's gonna talk about leadership and what it takes to, to become a leader in the industry. And
Gotcha.
I value her opinion on that because she's done it. She's talked about where she's at now and where she came from. So it's going to be great to have her. We have Jackie Dunlap.
Yeah. You can say
She's
processing. She's processing.
yeah, she's a loan officer, mortgage broker as well, but she also runs a educational system for processors,
Yep.
which is great. We got Skylar Welch coming up, Brittany Bordeaux. We got Jen Duplessis, who's a friend of mine. She's one of the first that I reached out to when I started this business, and she's always been helpful. She's a great coach, best-selling author. So if you don't know her, I highly suggest you follow her on Facebook because she's great. Same with Cindy Ertman. I just met her, on Facebook recently and spoke with her. Same thing. She's a coach. So she knows the business in and out. She's been in the business a long time. So when we set this up, the whole goal was to bring value from different aspects. So obviously we got Laura, on the wholesale side. We got Skylar, we got Jackie, both on the brokerage side of things. We got Brittany and Leora, both, more on, retail side of things.
Gotcha.
And then, of course, we got Jen and Cindy who are going to be leading with, the coaching aspect of it. And they've both helped, a lot of people become successful in this business. So it's going to be nice to have them ladies on.
So you're gonna have a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of experience, people that are right now on the business, on the industry, or maybe on the side on the size of the industry that is gonna give your group, you build the empire, or the persons that are registered. Go ahead and register. Where can they register to for the live event?
We have a link to our chat bot, which is real easy. Just we'll put that in the comments below. You simply click that. It'll bring up our chat bot. You just put in your information, whether you want the VIP experience or not, and then it'll send you a link to register or to actually join the Facebook group. The Facebook group itself is a private group set up that we will have all the speakers, all the sponsors, and all the attendees in. So we can all kind of, communicate with each other, chit chat afterwards. And then, of course, we'll be broadcasting the entire event in the group. So it's easy for people to watch.
Gotcha. And with that said, I wanna do the one of the two major announcements today, and is that Build Your Empire and Mortflix are becoming a content partnership, a new experience with content where Build Your Empire through Mitch is gonna send content, exclusive content, and he'll determine what type of content he wants to send to his own channel. He's gonna have his own build channel, and it's gonna be streaming in all 16 apps: the Roku, the Apple TVs, the Fire TVs. Also audio, tuning video. We have iTunes video, iTunes audio, and we have Spotify. We're in iHeartRadio, #1 podcasting app in the United States, and I'm very, very happy to have Build Your Empire here in Mortflix. And Mitch, what is it your plans or your goals for the future with Mortflix here, little by little?
Yeah, so I think it'll be a great opportunity for me to continue doing interviews with industry leaders. I used to do what I call the coaching corner in the Build Your Empire group. That's something I'll probably pick back up here. Now that things are slowing down a little bit with summer almost over. For me, it'll give me more time to do that. So we want to bring in industry leaders, whether it be whether mortgage industry, real estate industry, credit repair, insurance. We want to talk to everybody involved in the process when it comes to buying a home. So we talk to the Christopher Griffiths of the world. We've had a lot of great speakers on, Christine Beckwith. People from all aspects of the industry. Like I said, we'll bring them in. We'll sit down. we'll pick their brain a little bit in the beginning, and then at the end, we typically allow them to, kind of teach, let you learn from their experience what they're doing to, make sure that 2021 is a success for them.
Exactly. That's the reason I created Mortflix, so that way we have a new content avenue, a new content distribution system where not only the big boys, the Netflix and the other people can be on 16 apps. That's what Mortflix is about right now. I'm hopefully next year I get to a few more apps. So that way I become, or Mortflix becomes, a powerhouse of content distribution with exclusive content and great content providers like you. We build you empire, and I know you're gonna be sending excellent content. Right now, for the few weeks that we have spoken, you had introduced me to couple of big people, big league people in United States, and it's definitely Mortflix is gonna become the center of distribution. I know, because when I started creating the studio here, back at the last summer, last year, I was thinking, wow, I'm building this nice studio of microphones, visual radio, the cameras follow you boys and whatnot. And just to send it to, I was thinking, just send it to Facebook or YouTube. That don't make sense. I want to do more. I want to take it the extra mile. And that's what I started researching content delivery networks. And I found a lot of people that wanted to get a lot of money, and it was very costly, and thank God I found the right one that is letting me distribute with one touch of the button, is letting me distribute all this beautiful content to a lot of apps. So that's why we're here. And Mitch, definitely we're gonna rock it. And for me, in the next few months, it's not gonna slow down. I'm so behind on interviews. I wanna do remotes. I have a system to do remotes whenever I can go remote. I'm going to Philadelphia this weekend. I'm meeting with Michelle, so I'm doing a lot of stuff that to bring more and more content in, because that's the key. I want to bring content from Build You Empire, content from in here. Laura, are you there? Laura is here.
I am here.
Okay, excellent. Let's go to Laura. And also, I want to do another announcement in control room. Whenever you can, punch me the graphic for Laura, because I'm introducing Laura today as a content provider for Mortflix streaming services, through Mortgage Talk Live, or she can build her own show. We have the capabilities of doing that. Like Mitch, we Build You Empire. They have access to our digital management software where they can upload their videos. I can upload it. So I'm really, really happy that I'm going to have Laura as a content partner, a content distributor in our network, through the streaming service. She'll have her own channel through Mortflix, as same as Build Your Empire with Mitch. And they can send whatever content they want, content that they already done, little pieces of content or new content or a mix. They can do. Laura, I'm really, really happy to have you, as same as Mitch, with Build Your Empire. So I'm very happy to have you on board, Laura.
Well, it is truly a pleasure. And I will tell you, if coronavirus did one thing, is it made me realize that once I wasn't doing this traveling as much, and once I also wasn't traveling an hour to an office and an hour back, it gave me time to actually start to be able to communicate and reach out and produce more content within our industry. And I will tell you that, as you're coming up through the ranks in the mortgage industry and as you're building things, you kind of are stuck with, you're focused and you have blinders on as far as what's happening outside of you. But then you get to a certain point and you realize that there's lots of people that they want to hear how you did it. And they have lots of questions and they need assistance of things that maybe you've taken for granted. And Marvin, thank you for providing this platform. Thank you for giving the mortgage industry the opportunity to hear from many different content providers with such valuable information that, although, okay, maybe one day someone needs to hear from me, But the next day, they don't need to hear from me. They now need to hear from Mitch's content or another content provider. And that's the beauty of having many different contributors. So kudos to you and what you're doing at Mortflix. I am truly honored to be part of this. And I hope that my content can certainly help and guide and nurture and grow some mortgage professionals.
And that will be definitely the goal of Mortflix. And I know with your content and also Mitch's through Build Your Empire, and all these beautiful people in United States creating great content that is just I say that is a little bit inside the box of Facebook and maybe a little bit of YouTube, but let's expand it. Let's send it to Roku. Let's send it to Apple TV. Let's send it to Fire TV, TuneIn Video. Let's send it everywhere so millions and millions and millions of Americans can see that not only the mortgage industry, but the real estate, Mortflix is just mortgage, real estate, and everything in between, that we can open some new eyes, some new ears, so people can find new content. Not only I'm gonna have content from content providers, I'm gonna create my own. I'm planning to create documentaries, mini documentaries, series. Just like our big friends on top, Netflix. I'm planning to do the same thing, create original content, licensed content. Also, I'm opening to licensed content, get content from Hollywood, mortgage and real estate related movies, create my original content. That's why I was in Utah looking for a couple of production companies. So this is open to, if you're a content provider, you want to distribute your content, get with me. Let's talk. My email is there, marvin@mortflix.com, pretty easy. And I really, really, truly want to thank you both guys for being here, for giving me the opportunity of having you guys come in as a great content providers, national content providers, because you guys are national. Mortflix is aspiring to be nationally distributed. So this is the idea of Mortflix, and little by little, behind a few months here and there, COVID, whatnot. But we in the next few months, now the studio is fully built. I had a little hiccups here and there. They're getting fixed and will be fixed. We're gonna improve the studio, better screens. So we're working on it little by little. And I hope for your support. All you gotta do is look for Mortflix on any of those apps, and the content will be there. This video will be there. The content from Build Your Empire. And one last thing before we go, I want to ask you both of you guys, what do you see for the next 6 to 12 months? What do you see the future of the mortgage industry, content? And let me start real quick with Mitch. I lost the audio. Whoop. We lost the audio. I'm here. Click. Can you hear me, Mitch?
Go ahead, Mitch.
I lost his audio. I'm here.
Laura. Go to Laura.
Laura, go ahead. Laura, what do you see for the future, Laura?
Okay, so MBA Annual is currently going on, and as of yesterday, they reported that 2020 is the most profitable year in the mortgage industry since 2003. I anticipate that 2021 is going to also be a very good year in the mortgage and real estate world. I think the interest rates will continue to stay low. I don't know if it'll be exactly the way it is now. It certainly can fluctuate as it does, but I do think that it's going to provide a wide opportunity for first-time home buyers to be able to purchase those homes. There's still millions upon millions of families that can benefit from a refinance, whether it's cash out or a rate and term. I think it is our responsibility as an industry to look behind us into the college graduates that are or other people that need employment, for us to lend a hand and bring them into our wonderful industry that is currently has a systemic problem of not having enough trained, qualified operations staff. So I look at 2021 as a phenomenal opportunity within our industry, and I think it's time that we go out loud and proud to bring other people in.
Excellent, and that's why that's the main point of Mortflix, so that way we can distribute content and inside that content to be able to tell the prospects because or the clients or the viewers. Listen, the mortgage industry is changing. The mortgage industry is growing. If you want to purchase, refinance, you want to buy a real estate, Mortflix is going to give you the good content where you can find the right persons, the right companies to do it, the right mindset where we can bring and through all these apps we can bring millions and millions of users, so they can see, oh wow, the mortgage industry is just not bought in paperwork. It's more than that.
Right,
Do
Mitch,
we
one more
have
time.
Mitch back? What happened with Mitch? This is live. Can you hear him? Something happened with the audio with Mitch.
Mitch, can you hear us?
Wave if you can hear us. He can hear us, but I don't have no audio. Maybe on your microphone settings? That's so weird. Maybe on the microphone settings. If not, I'll get Mitch. I mean, I can get Mitch later on an interview. We're gonna be doing a lot of this. So, all right, that's fine. We are live. So, Lara, last words. What would you like to say to the Mortflix viewers? Thank you again for being a content provider. We'll get this studio things fixed in the future, little by little. I mean.
Listen, Marvin, if COVID has taught us anything, it's not to get caught up in the little details. Look at the big picture and realize that what you're putting together for Mortflix is a great opportunity for not only people within the real estate and mortgage industry, but to all of those millions upon millions of families and borrowers that are looking to relate to our industry. Our current clients and 10 years from now, look at the family of 2030. Okay, let's go beyond 2020. Let's go to 2030. The family of 2030, they're going to be looking at this content as they're making decisions if it's the right time to purchase their first home and who to go to. So this is a wonderful opportunity and platform that you're putting out there because we are connecting to the generation that we need to for our future, for them, so that they realize we are not just the people that continually ask you to upload documents, and we're not the big, bad, scary banks. We are here to help them be able to get into that first home or lower that interest rate if they already own a home. So thank you for providing this. This is very exciting, and I look forward to being part of it.
Thank you, Lara, and we'll be on touch. And we're ready.
Try
you
Mitch
can
one
ready
more time.
start sending the content. Yeah, Edgar, what happened?
Try Mitch one more time.
All right, Mitch. Mitch, are you there? His audio completely went off. Click on below. Is below his audio
Yeah,
pitch?
it's green.
And what about in the mixer? Can you see in the mixer?
Yeah, it's there too.
MMA. Cheque que tenga EMA.
Yes. Yep.
That's weird. All right, Mitch. I'll get you. We'll do some more live streams. I don't know what happened. My friends, I want to thank Laura Brandao from AFR. I want to thank Mitch Peek from Build Your Empire. I'm sorry for the audio glitch. Mitch, I'm going to get you on another show. We'll fix it. We'll get it fixed. And go see the replay on all the Mortflix app. It'll be on all my Facebook. It'll be on Build Your Empire. The link for the ladies mastermind, virtual mastermind is gonna be on Build Your Empire. It'll have the link there so you can register, so you can get into the group. Really appreciate it to Mitch and really appreciate it to Laura. And I'm going to see you on the next live for Mortflix Streaming Services. This was Marvin Colon. Thank you.